Ghana, land of gold, a land of stark contrasts. Skyscrapers rise in the city, monuments to progress. But venture out, into the heart of the country, and a different picture emerges. Here in the shadow of towering mines live the forgotten faces of Ghana's gold rush. These are the men and women who toil in the belly of the earth, their lives measured in ounces of gold extracted. They breathe the dust, bear the weight, and fuel the engine of a nation's wealth. Yet, they remain trapped in a cycle of poverty, their dreams as elusive as the gold they unearth. This is their story. The sun rises, painting the Ghanaian sky in hues of orange and gold. For the miners, it's a call to work. Another day, another descent into the darkness. The air is thick with dust, the tunnels narrow and treacherous. Danger is a constant companion. Cave-ins, lung disease, the ever-present threat of injury or death. Yet, they persevere, driven by the hope of a better life, a life that seems always just out of reach. Ghana's gold reserves are vast, a source of national pride and international investment. The country has long been synonymous with this precious metal, its history intertwined with the allure and exploitation of its mineral wealth. But this wealth comes at a cost borne not by the executives in their air-conditioned offices, but by the men and women who risk their lives every day in the mines. The very people who extract the gold, who make Ghana's wealth possible, remain trapped in a cycle of poverty. Ghana's independence in 1957 was a beacon of hope, a promise of a brighter future for all its citizens, a future where the nation's resources would be used to uplift the lives of its people. But for the miners, that promise remains unfulfilled. Decades later, they still toil in dangerous conditions, their wages meager, their living conditions deplorable. The gap between the haves and the have-nots continues to widen, a testament to broken promises and systemic inequality. Section 5. Forgotten Faces. Meet Kofi. He's been a miner for over 40 years. He started as a young man, full of hope and dreams. He wanted to build a house for his family, educate his children, give them a better life. But the years have been hard. His body is broken, his lungs scarred by years of breathing in mine dust. He's never been able to afford to send his children to university. His story is not unique. It's the story of countless miners across Ghana. Forgotten faces, their sacrifices unseen, their contributions undervalued. Section 6. A nation's shame. How can a nation so rich in resources be home to so much poverty? How can a country that prides itself on its gold fail to care for the people who mine it? This is Ghana's paradox, its shame. The glittering facade of progress cannot hide the stark reality of injustice. The time for complacency is over. The time for change is now. Section 7. The price of progress. We cannot talk about progress without talking about equity. We cannot celebrate economic growth while ignoring the plight of those who make it possible. The true measure of a nation's progress is not the height of its buildings or the size of its GDP. It's the well-being of its people. It's about ensuring that the benefits of development reach every corner of society, not just the privileged few. Section 8. Time for change. The miners of Ghana deserve better. They deserve fair wages, safe working conditions, access to healthcare. They deserve to share in the wealth that they help create. This is not charity, it's justice. It's about recognizing the humanity of every individual, regardless of their profession or social standing. It's about creating a society where everyone has the opportunity to thrive, not just survive. Section 9. A New Dawn. The future of Ghana depends on its ability to confront these injustices. It depends on the willingness of its leaders to prioritize the well-being of all its citizens, not just the elite. Change will not come easily. It will require courage, commitment, and a fundamental shift in mindset. But the alternative, a future where inequality continues to fester, is unacceptable. Section 10. The Unseen Gold. The true wealth of Ghana lies not in its gold reserves, but in its people. In their resilience, their determination, their unwavering spirit. They are the unseen gold, the backbone of a nation. It's time for Ghana to see them, to value them, to invest in their future. Only then can the nation truly prosper. Only then can the promise of independence be fulfilled. Only then can the gold of Ghana shine brightly for all.